Have you ever dreamed of having your own personal AI assistant? I'm talking about something right out of a sci-fi movie. An AI that doesn't just give you answers, but actually does things for you. Well, guess what? That dream is now a reality. And today we're going to break down exactly how you can build one without emptying your wallet. So let's dive in. Right? They've all seen Jarvis in the Iron Man movies. He's the ultimate AI sidekick, handling everything from booking flights to managing crazy complex systems. For the longest time, that just felt like pure fantasy. But now, something's changing. A whole new kind of AI is showing up. One that doesn't just talk, it actually acts. And this really gets to the heart of it. You see, tools like Gemini or ChatGPT, they're amazing guides. You ask a question, they spit out information. But this new tool, called OpenClaw, is built to act on your behalf. It's an AI that actually does stuff for you, and it plugs right into your daily life through apps you already use, like WhatsApp or Telegram. Okay, but before we get into all the fun stuff, we gotta pump the brakes for a second. We need to talk about the challenges. Because with this kind of power, there are some pretty big things to think about when it comes to security and, price. We have to tackle those first. So, what makes OpenClaw so darn powerful? Well, first off, it runs locally, which is great for data privacy. Your stuff stays with you. Second, it has what's called persistent memory, so it actually learns your habits and preferences over time, kind of like a real assistant would. But, and this is a big but, to do all that amazing stuff, it needs full access to your entire system. We're talking files, browser, accounts, everything. And that, right there, is a major security red flag. Yeah, because of that huge risk, the way to do this safely is to run it on a totally isolated setup. The best way to think about it is like a digital quarantine, right? You keep the AI completely separate from your main computer and all your personal data. That way, even if it has full system access, it can't touch your most sensitive info. Here's the problem, though. A dedicated machine just for this, like a shiny new Mac Mini, can be super expensive. I mean, we're talking a starting price of around 80,000 rupees. For most people who just want to play around with their own AI, that's just not going to happen. So that leads us to the big question. Is there a smarter way to do this? A more affordable way to get all that power and security, but without having to buy a whole new computer? Oh, you bet there is. The answer is actually much smarter, way more elegant, and it involves setting up your own private digital space up in the cloud. What we're talking about here is a virtual private server, or a VPS. Now, in simple terms, just think of it as your own private dedicated slice of a super powerful computer that just lives on the internet. You have total control, it's completely isolated from everything else, and it's on 24/7. Here's a great way to think about it. Using a normal shared server is kind of like living in a college dorm. You're sharing everything, the kitchen, the bathroom, the internet, with a bunch of other people. But a VPS? That's like owning your own building. All the resources are just for you. This guarantees you get the performance and, crucially, the isolation you need for a powerful tool like OpenClaw. And honestly, here's the kicker. The cost difference is it's staggering. Instead of dropping 80,000 rupees on a physical machine, you can get a VPS for a whole year for about 5,500 rupees. I mean, come on. It gives you that perfect, safe, isolated environment for a tiny fraction of the cost. All right, so the why is crystal clear, right? It saves a ton of money. Now, let's get to the how. And you'll be happy to hear that thanks to some new tools, what used to be a really complex, code-heavy setup is now just a few clicks. And believe it or not, the whole process is surprisingly simple. If you use a service like Hostinger, you just pick an affordable plan, then under Applications, you find and select Docker, and then you use their one-click deploy for OpenClaw. It gives you a little security token that you copy, and that's it. Seriously. No typing in complicated commands, no messing with a terminal. You're ready to log in. And this, my friends, is where the magic happens. After that super simple setup, you can log right into your dashboard and meet your brand new personalized AI assistant for the very first time. The first thing you see is a message from your AI. It knows it's new and it's ready to learn from you. This isn't some pre-programmed chatbot with canned responses. This is a totally clean slate, a digital mind just waiting for your instructions. So, the first thing you do is give it an identity. In the example from our source material, the user tells it, "I am Saddam, you are Jagu." It sounds simple, but this is a really crucial first step in personalizing your assistant and teaching it about its world and about you. And boom, there it is. The AI immediately replies, confirming it has everything down. Noted,
You are 𝘊𝗵𝗁. This right here is that persistent memory feature we talked about, live in action. Unlike a regular chatbot that forgets your conversation the second you close the window, your assistant now knows who you are and who it is, and it will remember.
From this moment on, the possibilities are just huge. You can get it to draft emails to clients, create your to-do list for the day, come up with content ideas, book your flights and train tickets. I mean, basically, it can handle any online task you give it permission to do. It truly becomes an extension of you. But we have to end on a really, really important note, a crucial reminder. This is an incredibly powerful tool, and it's still new and evolving. For your own safety, you should never, ever give it access to super sensitive information like your online banking passwords or financial details. Just don't. Be smart and be safe.
And so, there you have it. Your very own powerful personal AI assistant that learns from you and acts for you, all set up securely and affordably on your own private server. The only question left is, what's the very first thing you're going to ask it to do?